Hello and welcome to National Focus. I am Julian Morris. In the headlines, the 23rd edition of the World Creole Music Festival dubbed a success. Farmers and vendors told they are critical to food security. And Dominica to welcome over 360,000 cruise passengers for the new cruise season. The details of the headline stories and more when we return.
Bache and buckle. Safer roads in the Nature Isle. This message was brought to you by the government of the Commonwealth of Dominica.
Welcome back. The curtain has come down on the 23rd edition of the World Creole Music Festival. 3 nights of pulsating rhythms climaxed with a performance by international soca superstar Machel Montano in the early hours of Monday morning. Adisa Burton reports.
3 nights of pulsating rhythms climaxed with a performance by international soca superstar Machel Montano in the early hours of Monday morning. The show began on Friday, Creole Day, with a cultural showcase, and from there, every act lived up to its hype over the weekend. During the 3 nights, regional and international stars, including world-renowned reggae superstar Beres Hammond, the soca king Machel Montano, Haitian compa band Taboo Combo, soca phenomenon Patrice Roberts, global Afrobeats artist Joe Boy, St. Lucia's Ezra and Jiggy, and dancehall artists Popcorn and Jada Kingdom were all well received by the large audience.
white or black skin, melanin, charming. My head malfunctioning, yoga petted moi. They make my head hot, yoga petted moi show. Every time she bubble and she take it down low. Mocha beanie sweat, mocha be sweat hack low. Look my pipe bust, somebody call Wasco. I don't know what to do. Look at one blessing, make me chop my money. Go on, me shop is free. My head was my hobby. You make a copy.
Because the blessings follow my yard. Blessings follow my yard, yeah, yeah. That's why I sip my alcohol. I don't want to reason bad things no more. I don't want to go back to where I did before. Make nobody stress me, don't disturb me, ja. I sip my alcohol. I don't want to reason bad things no more. I don't want to go back to where I did before. Make nobody stress me, don't disturb me, ja.
It was, however, the local acts who stole the show. Cardass legends Gordon Henderson and the Midnight Groovers, Michelle Henderson, Asa Banton, Triple K and the Ecstasy Band were all exceptional.
On t'y venait saliver à ce plage à côté. Tu vois de papa. On t'y dit qu'à coco, côté maja kamao.
Chantez avec moi. Bagaila, bate, bate, bate.
Bate, bate, bate.
Bagaila, bate, bate, bate.
Bate, bate, bate.
Bagaila, bate, bate, bate. Bagaila, bate, bate, bate.
On Sunday, the Signal Band put on a show that many have described as one of the best ever productions at the festival.
They love man for their money. Checking man for their They love man for their checking man for their money. Never a drinker or a smoker. I hear the rhythm getting louder. It must be something in my water. It wasn't me cause I was sober. Never was a drinker. So if you have a drink, put it in the air. They doesn't see. What for them to hear? They doesn't hear. What for them to know? They doesn't know. So take a job. If you know somebody, so when you see me, act like you don't see me. Put up a light and if you ever lost someone, this song is dedicated to them. Wait for the angels. Everybody wave. Let me see you.
I feel like, we in music, because this is a business, and the good thing about Signal Band is that we treated our music as a business from the start, even when we didn't know what we were doing. So we had our own definition of business at that time, and then now we have grown into a full-grown business. Now that puts Bouillon on a different level You know, when we put Buyo on the level of another company, we now have companies in Buyo, rather than just a band and people saying, oh, that man playing some music and whatever. That's that.
On Friday, patrons were thrown into frenzy when Dominica's newest Buyo artist made a cameo appearance with Fridge and Friends. Despite heavy rains, the 23rd edition of the festival has been dubbed a success, and patrons can look forward to the 24th edition of the festival from October 25 to 27, 2024.
Thank you, Odysseus, for that report. Minister for Foreign Affairs, Trade and Energy, Honorable Dr. Vince Henderson, has acknowledged the important role that farmers and vendors play in the restoration of Dominica's agriculture since Hurricane Maria decimated that sector a few years ago. Dr. Henderson addressed Market Day with a Difference in Roseau on Saturday, where a number of outstanding farmers and vendors were awarded for their contribution to the growth of that sector.
When you consider the multiplying effect on every dollar spent, the impact of agriculture and the economy is enormous. We therefore cannot overlook the contribution of you, the farmers and vendors, at this important time when we celebrate our rich heritage. The government of Dominica applauds the efforts of our farmers and vendors for the important contribution making towards our healthy nutritional needs. Your active involvement in the food industry makes our job of reducing imports easier.
Recently, Dexia and the Ministry of Agriculture embarked upon a mission to assess Dominica's traditional markets and to source opportunities for new ones.
The Dominican agricultural product is still the preferred choice of consumers within the Caribbean. But in order for us to maintain that position and to meet the demands of the market, especially in the Northern Caribbean, we need to ensure consistency in production and quality. And I know this is a little matter that we have had our own arguments over, with the hucksters on one hand and Dexia on the other hand seeking to promote the use of the pack houses as we seek to create a Nature Island label. We want to ensure that every fresh produce that leaves Dominica is presented in a manner that will continue to ensure that the Dominican product takes its rightful place in the market.
Prime Minister the Honorable Roosevelt Skerrit says Market Day with a Difference is significant in that it creates a platform to highlight the work of farmers and vendors and to remind them of the key role that they play in the country's food security.
Food security has become a much talked about term worldwide as nations experience adverse effects associated with climate change. Severe weather is affecting our food and water systems and putting countries on alert about the sustainability of their food supplies. These issues are very real and threaten the very survival of vulnerable populations around the world. Indeed, our futures are at risk if we do not take actions now to secure our food systems.
The Prime Minister says Dominica and the region have recognized the need for strengthening capacity in agriculture and encouraging higher levels of production.
The government of Dominica has redefined our policy towards agriculture and food production as part of the national reset, which is necessary to push our country to greater levels of production. Currently, agriculture in Dominica contributes approximately $230 million to the economy, based on figures from the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank, though I believe that that figure is way higher than reported by these institutions. This government's plan is to keep growing the sector to a level where it contributes over $700 million to gross domestic product by 2030.
The government of Dominica is set to host its annual diaspora meeting on Thursday, November 2nd at the State House Conference Center. The diaspora meeting gives visiting Dominicans a chance to interact with the government and give suggestions and ideas for the development of the country.
It's that time of year where you have arrived and you're here in Dominica enjoying all the festivities. It's also the time when the government of Dominica arranged to have a sit-in where Dominicans outside can come and interact with the cabinet of Dominica. We are providing a space and a venue and an opportunity where Dominicans outside will get to interact with the government and to find out exactly what the government's plans, programs, and projects are in regards to developing our country.
Ms. Benjamin says the objective of this meeting is for government to have direct communication with the diaspora community.
The goal of the diaspora meeting is always to have, interaction with the government, because sometimes you find there is misinformation out there, and it's an opportunity for them to hear directly from the powers that be that are actually doing the work on the ground. It's also an opportunity for them to express what it is they feel their concerns are in relations to how they view the government's operation. And it's an opportunity for them to, voice their opinions on things they think the government can engage in and how they themselves can be part and parcel of the process of improving Dominica and investing in Dominica also.
The meeting is set to begin at 10 a.m. and will be carried live by GIS on various platforms. Deputy Director of Dominica Social Security, Mr. Augustus Etienne, has appealed to Dominicans visiting for the independent season to check their status at Dominica Social Security. Dominica Social Security, established in 1976, is the main provider of national social protection coverage in Dominica. The institution hosted an open day and health fair on October 26 for all citizens of Dominica, but particularly targeting visiting Dominicans. Mr. Etienne emphasized the importance of returning Dominicans checking their status at the institution.
The inspiration came, we decided to do it at this point because of the fact that we expect to have a lot of Dominicans on island at this time and hope that they will really stop by to check their records. For many, many years now, the Dominica Social Security Program has been computerized, where the information on our contributors, for the most part, is computerized. So if a person calls to make an inquiry, what is the status of their contributions, what benefits they qualify for, you can go on the system and you can check that in a quick instant. But for those who would have migrated before that exercise would have been done, their records are still basically manual. And if they do not come back to re-register, we have to go through manual records, some of which may not even be accessible at this time.
Dominica Social Security plays an integral role in the socio-economic development of Dominica.
The Social Security is an establishment that provides income protection to people, and it is Dominica's main system of social protection, really, that everybody who participates in Social Security will at some point be able to access a cash benefit from the system. It is only people who did not participate in Social Security who have to depend on probably the state to provide them, for example, the non-contributory pension that government pays to persons above the age of 65. These are poor persons who would not have participated in Social Security. And if they did participate, they would have an independent entitlement as a matter of right.
Dominica Social Security has remained committed to delivering benefits to Dominicans, especially the elderly.
A lot of people appreciate what Social Security does for them, especially our elderly folks The pensioners, they tell you that's the best thing that ever happened. They tell you the pension may be small, but they're happy for it because it's regular, it's on time. So people appreciate everything that we do for them. Obviously, you have some people who misunderstand what Social Security is all about. They just see it as a tax, probably, a tax where they take the money from their salaries before they get their salaries. But trust me, it is a necessary evil.
Dominicans are encouraged to update their Dominica Social Security records, to inquire into their benefit entitlements, and to discuss the options available to them to enhance their benefit moving forward. Dominica Social Security continues to contribute positively to the socio-economic development of Dominica. You are watching National Focus. More when we return.
Ride safe, wear a helmet, safer roads in the Nature Isle. This message was brought to you by the government of the Commonwealth of Dominica.
Welcome back. Dominica is set to welcome over 360,000 cruise passengers for the 2023-2024 cruise season. The season officially opened on Monday, October 30, with MV Mindshift 4 of 2-week cruises being the first ship to dock on Dominica's waters. The island will see an increase in cruise calls, with over 200 calls anticipated compared to the 2022-2023 cruise season, which saw approximately 190 calls and over 200,000 cruise passengers. 12 inaugural calls are projected for 2023-2024 cruise season, with MV Carival Venezia of Carnival Cruise Line being the first to make its inaugural call to the island on Thursday, November 2. The ship will dock at Roseau Cruise Ship berth from 9 a.m. It has a capacity of over 5,200 cruise passengers. Government continues to invest in marketing Dominica as the destination of choice, while realizing the goal of achieving 1 million cruise passengers by 2030. Coming up next, the Creole News Highlights with Geno Jacob.
Bienvenue à ce nouvel en créole, nom mon c'est Geno Jacob. Plusieurs Dominicains qui l'autre pays venus Dominique pour célébrer l'indépendance 2123. Ils voient différents projets gouvernement qu'a fait et puis déjà fait pour développer Dominique. Premier ministre Dominique Honorable Roosevelt Carey parlait puis nous contre ces projets qui bien importants. Et dit malgré la terre ni difficulté et puis l'âge et puis cyclone projet pour bâtir basse avion international c'est yon qui bien important.
Là on est à ça là qui ni difficulté et puis on a bâti un projet comme aéroport international qui a coûté un lot d'argent. So, ça c'est le plus gros projet nous qu'a fait en l'histoire Dominique. Pour faire un projet comme ça, on a tellement de difficultés en la terre là. Pas un pays en la terre qui n'a pas de difficultés pour ça. Mais nous comprenons un projet ça est important pour transformer l'économie Dominique et puis pour mener plus de travail pour PEP Dominique et puis plus de business pour ces hommes d'affaires, femmes d'affaires Dominique. Et puis ce projet nous a continué. Ça c'est un projet là nous avons plus attention. Puis si nous tapons projet ça là, il qui fait un lot positif pour le pays Dominique.
Premier ministre Honorable Roosevelt Carey aussi parlé contre d'autres projets qui sont significants.
Nous avons bâti Caille, nous avons bâti Chimay, on est bâti contre c'est situation et puis climat et puis climate change qui a détruit pays nous plus ou moins plus situation et puis environnement et puis cyclone et puis laisser cyclone arriver on est damagé on est pour taper l'argent pour manger ces chemins là monter en Saint-Sauveur hier jeudi qui passé et puis moi dis ces mots là les nous tenir toutes ces défallements terre en passant à Cassibouche et puis Saint-Sauveur puis de Sauveur novembre passé écoutez le gouvernement Dominique $4.7 millions pour tirer ces défallements en chemin là et tirer terre en place et puis mettre en autre place $4.7 millions mais nous tenons pour faire et puis pour ça quitter ce chemin là bloqué mais tout débloquer ces chemins là il va coûter nous $4.7 millions.
Premier ministre Honorable Roosevelt Skerrit dit il a coûté un lot d'argent pour ménager l'hôpital là.
L'argent qui a coûté nous pour manager l'hôpital Dominica China Friendship l'hôpital c'est un lot d'argent tous les mois mais on peut voir l'argent qui a marché en l'hôpital là.
Geothermal Energy pour servir chalet volcan pour faire électricité c'est un autre projet qui est bien important.
Geothermal on a projet nous a dépensé un lot d'argent et pour nous dépenser plus encore mais c'est un projet important si nous voulons baisser puis l'électricité Dominique si nous voulons venir plus développement économique en Dominique nous sommes pour adresser situation et puis comment il a coûté nous l'électricité Dominique là vous regardez Trinidad pour là il a coûté 50 centimes pour 1 kWh et puis la Dominique la US et puis Dominique 43 vous voyez on passe à mettre corps en place pour compétir so si nous voulons venir en place on a nous ça compétir depuis investissement qui va venir dans notre pays on est pour adresser puis électricité et puis comment nous ça adresser puis électricité géothermal puis si nous importer diesel pour nous électricité là où taper cher l'autre pays il a monté dans le cher mais si nous ni géothermal qui c'est ressources Dominique ça c'est ça nous on prend pour payer pour ça on peut payer pour ces tirer hôtel là et puis mener en case et puis business et puis l'hôtel Dominique.
Député directeur Social Security Dominique, M. Agostas Etienne, qui a créé à ce Dominicien qui sortit de l'autre pays pour indépendance là, pour venir Social Security pour garder compte status yo. Social Security tenait un Open Day et puis Healthcare octobre 28. Open Day ça là c'était pour Dominicien de l'autre pays venir Social Security pour ranger business yo et puis Social Security. Healthcare c'était pour Dominicien garder si yo une tension et puis ça doux. Social Security qui a joué un gros pas en développement Dominique. Ministère pour Business et puis Énergie, Honorable Vince Henderson, dit planter et puis moun qui a 20 produits agricoles qui a wende restauration agricole. Après cyclone Maria, Dr. Henderson fait parole ça là en Roseau samedi pendant Market Day et puis une différence. Ça c'est jour la place et puis une différence. Market Day with a difference. Jour ça là a été organisé par Dexa et puis ministre agriculteur. Premier ministre Dominique, Honorable Dr. Roosevelt Skerrit dit joue la place et puis une différence qui a été clété à ce travail planté et puis moun qui a 20 produits agricoles. Ça c'est tout à ce nouvel en créole. Non, M. Geno Jacob, à nous célébrer.
And that's all for this edition of National Focus. Be sure to follow GIS Dominica on Facebook, YouTube, and on Twitter. You can also drop us an email at gis@dominica.gov.dm. From all of us here on the GIS News Production team, I am Julian Morris. Thank you for watching.